uploaded a look, and now I want to do a requested video. I'm so excited that somebody's requested me something and now I can do it for you. So the requested video is going to be talking about school and the struggles that I personally went through when I was in school and how I dealt with it. What I would like my video to mostly be about is I didn't go through a lot of bullying in school, but what I did go through is a lot of personal and like family issues, and I know a lot of people have a lot of struggles that they deal with in home, whether it's you know, you're being raised by your grandparents, or you don't know your dad, or maybe one of your parents is in jail. A lot of heavy stuff, and you would be surprised. I work in a school right now, and you would honestly be surprised with what little kids, young kids, middle schoolers, and high schoolers go through. So I'm just gonna talk about what happened with me, my story, and how I dealt with it. So basically, the biggest sign that teachers were picking up on when I was younger, when I was in elementary school, was that I was really quiet. Like, okay, you know, they're quiet kids, but I was like deathly quiet and like silent. Like all day long, I would not make a peep unless I was called on. Like, I did do my work and I wasn't disrespectful, but I've always been an introvert. However, when my parents got a divorce, around, I want to say when I was like in 3rd or 4th grade, around that time, I think, because, you know, I did see a lot and go through a lot, and it was really hard, I think on both of my parents, but especially on my mom. And, you know, I was exposed to a lot of that, so I think that I kind of shut down and didn't really know how to deal with these issues. And it's like my parents were both busy trying to figure themselves out. And my grandparents are really old school, so I couldn't really like talk to them, and I didn't have like someone to really talk to about these things. So in order to stay sane, I think I kind of just shut down. And like I said, I wasn't disrespectful, I wasn't rude or anything, but I just wouldn't talk to people. And I went through a phase where I was like, I wouldn't say it was like a goth phase or whatever, but like I was just like always wearing black. I just always gravitated towards like wearing black, and I was just really quiet, and that's what was going on for a while. My parents weren't really worried about me because my grades were still okay. And at that time, that's when I discovered anime. And I was like so into it. I was buying all the books. My favorite show / manga was Inuyasha, so that's what I would do. I would save up my money and I would buy books and I would read them during recess, and I just threw myself into that in hopes of, you know, escaping the stress that I had on a daily life. And I feel like this is really common for a lot of people because a lot of people experience stress in the home. So I kind of want to talk about ways that I dealt with that. So of course, being young, I didn't really know what to do, so I was quiet and I shut down. And then when I went to middle school, that's when I really started to make like quality friends. Not that the friends that I made in elementary weren't quality, but I just felt like I could express myself more with the people that I met in middle school, and it really made a difference to have somebody there. That's like tip number 1. So tip number 1 would be, whether you're in elementary school, middle school, or high school, and whether it's something going on at home or you're being bullied at school, do not try to deal with it alone. You're not alone. There are always people who are there to help you, whether it's a teacher, a counselor, or just a friend, or maybe a parent of a friend, somebody that you're really close to, like a close friend. Open up to someone. Try to get help. Use your resources, because there are resources there for you at school. If something is going on at home, don't feel like you have to be quiet about it. It's better to say something than to let yourself go through, you know, any harm that you don't have to go through. So that would be tip number 1, is try to find somebody who could be a rock for you. And like if you go to church, for example, you could talk to somebody who, you know, leads a kids ministry group, or a pastor, or somebody. Just find somebody who you can talk to. So I made really good friends in middle school, and I was like so happy. Things were like on the up and up. And then my mom met my stepdad. Now, don't get me wrong, like I love my stepdad, everything is fine, But it was a really hard transition because there was a lot going on between him and my family that I'm not going to get into. But there was also just, it was hard transitioning into living with somebody else after I had, like, okay, it was like my parents were together, and then I got over them being together, and then we were living by ourselves, just my mom, my younger brother, and myself. And then, you know, we had somebody new in the picture, which was fine, but it was really hard because he was like the polar opposite of my dad. And he had like way different expectations, and I'm not saying that they were bad, it was just a hard transition. So towards the end of my junior high years, I ended up moving with my mom because they were getting married, and we were moving on up. Yeah, because my stepdad made tons more money than anyone else in my family did. So we were gonna go to like a nice area and live in a nice house and go to a nice school, which I was excited for, but I was also nervous because that wasn't something that I had really been like exposed to. So I didn't want to like go to school like being janky or get like bullied or anything. Thankfully, I really didn't. People kind of just left me alone because I was so quiet. But that was just really hard on me. And, you know, things between my mom and my dad never really got better when I was in high school, and I was getting in trouble in the beginning of my freshman year, and it was just really hard not having like a steady kind of like constant disciplinarian, because, you know, I had my real dad saying one thing, and then my mom saying one thing, and my stepdad saying one thing, so I just felt like I was being pulled a lot of directions, and I think a lot of people can kind of relate to that. You know, they're going to school and a lot is just going on at home that they don't know how to deal with. So my first tip was find somebody who can be a rock for you, find somebody who can help you through things, who can be there for you. And then that being said, another major thing that I think can help you is not only having one person that you can count on, it's having a group of people. So use your resources at the school and join something fun that you would be interested in. If you like chess, go join the chess club. I was super into anime, so I should have joined the anime club. I didn't because I didn't have time because I had to be somewhere after school like every single day. My mom had just had a baby, so I was the primary caregiver of him, so I really didn't have any time to join after school programs. But I remember towards the end of my senior year, I was into drama a little bit, and that helped me so much. Find something you love and do it. Just like me doing my YouTube channel now, you know, I have a lot of things going on in my life, just like everyone does, that really aren't pleasant, that weigh heavy on your mind, and it's so important for you to find an outlet to express yourself, to find an outlet to do something positive, and then to you know, help somebody else out. I really think that that's a very important thing to do when you're struggling with something. So that's another thing you can do. And I would just like to say that you know, things can be so hard now because we have so many social media sites like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, whatever, and that's like doubling, tripling the platforms of, you know, bullying and all this negativity, and it also is opening up, you know, more platforms for positivity. I'm choosing to use this platform for positive reasons, and with that being said, you know, it's a lot harder to be in school nowadays, but being positive helps so much. If I had been positive 100% of the time in high school, I feel like a lot of my issues would really be resolved. And, you know, when you're positive as a person, you really kind of just like beam off positivity to other people, and you can really help someone else. So, I hope this video helped you guys out. I'm sorry I don't have any crazy bullying stories, but I was never really bullied as a kid. The only thing I know is a lot of people, especially in America, I'm not really sure how it is in other countries, but a lot of people experience, you know, their parents divorcing, broken families, maybe one of your parents has gone to jail or has left the family for some reason, and it can be a very tough thing for a child to deal with. And, you know, I understand that on some level, and I think that it's something that you need to vocalize and talk about to somebody, because for a long time I never really talked about how I felt when my parents divorced to anyone. Because, you know, my mom was actually in school when we were young, she was working, we were living with my grandparents, and you know, I didn't have my dad to talk to, and my grandparents, you know, they're like old school, so it was kind of just like hard, and I feel like I didn't get a lot of the emotions out that I needed to get out until later on in my life. So with that being said, please find someone who is just a positive entity in your life. You know, if you're struggling and my videos help you, please watch them. That's what I'm here for. If you'd like me to make a video about something else, I definitely will. Message me. I will get back to you for sure. So it's finding a community, it's, you know, finding people who care about you, being positive, and just like trying to stay true to yourself and focus on yourself and really look inward and say, you know, how can I better myself? What can I do? Because it's hard. Every day we go outside and we face judgment, we face critical people, and you know, it's hard. You can get scared and you can get discouraged, but please don't let other people discourage you. I want everyone to go outside to feel strong, to feel beautiful in their own skin. No matter what you look like, you're beautiful, honey, okay? So I think I'm gonna end the video on that note. Like I said, if you have any ideas for any other videos, talking videos or haul videos or any type of videos you want me to do, let me know. I would love to do that. And until next time, you guys are all beautiful, and I'll see you next video. Bye.